Hello, everyone. Welcome. We are now live. Everyone is here in the chat. I see our good friend Nellis, Sydney
Hi.
outside my room here. Hello.
Hi, Sydney.
Bailey, good to see you. Nellis, yes. JK, thank you for joining us today. Yaylee, good to see you.
Yay, Yali.
Or Yali. I did it again.
It's okay.
Indra, yes, always hydrate, sanitize, wash your hands, of course. Hello to Katie in the chat. Good to see you.
Hi, Katie.
Welcome, everyone, to Early Night Live, the #1 theme park live stream in the world. I'm Banks.
I'm Ava.
I'm Kat.
And this is going to be a special Early Night Live this week. So for the first time in Early Night Live history, we are going to have a special guest, none other than the voice of Jasmine. Linda Larkin is going to be joining us in a little bit here live on Early Night Live. She is here to promote a special event that Give Kids the World is doing this Saturday called A Royal Evening for Give Kids the World. It's going to be her, Jodi Benson, the voice of Ariel, Irene Bedard, voice of Pocahontas, and Paige O'Hara, voice of Belle. They're going to be doing a virtual Q&A via Zoom to raise money for Give Kids the World. So tickets for that are still on sale. They're $20. You can find them over at the Facebook page for Give Kids the World or gktw.org. It is an Eventbrite ticket, so you'll go there and purchase, and it's all the money raised goes to Give Kids the World. And I'm doing a lot of explaining, but this is a special thing. So if you look over this way in the stream, the top that way, yes.
Where are we looking?
The top right corner of this YouTube page, we have a donation. Donation tab open for Give Kids the World. So if you would like to donate any money, a cent to however much you want, you can donate right here on our YouTube page for Early Night Live. Any live stream that we do, that window will be right there on the top right. So you feel free to make a donation to Give Kids the World. We've worked with them for years and years. They are great people, and we're always happy to raise some money for them.
Yes, it's very exciting. I guess you could say tonight will be shining, shimmering, and splendid.
I like it. And Kat pointed this out before we got started. We're all wearing blue.
Yeah.
Yes.
Your audio sounds a little weird.
My audio sounds weird?
Like sometimes it goes in and out. Like not like it doesn't cut in and out. It just kind of like muffles a little bit and then comes clear again.
Is anyone else having issues with my audio? I'm hearing a lot of banging in the background.
That would be my fault. Apparently, right as we started this live stream, whoever lives above me decided that they wanted... Oh, whoever lives next door from me decided to start constructing a brand new wall or something. I don't know.
Oh, my gosh.
I would go yell at them. Go yell at them.
I just hear banging for no reason. It just started like 3 minutes ago, too.
We're very professional, guys.
What are you...
We're committing.
We live in an apartment building. You can't... Are you building a really hard piece of IKEA furniture? Like, what?
So, Linda will be joining us in a little over 10 minutes. So we're just going to kind of hang out with everyone here and chit chat until she shows up. So how's everyone's week been going?
Ava, take it away. How's your week been going?
The concept of time is gone, so I no longer know what a week is.
Yeah.
What have I done recently? I turned myself into an old man, and that was fun.
Oh yeah, for your makeup class.
I did. It was very fun. I finally was able to release, the grandfather that I truly am inside.
And usually I'm the grandfather in the group.
No, I watched a Harry Potter musical again. So I have a problem.
Because you watched Hollywood, right, on Netflix, and that had Darren Criss in it?
I watched Hollywood, and it had Darren Criss in it. And so I was like, it'll be fun. Going straight from that to a Harry Potter musical.
I mean,
very similar tones,
it's a very obvious transition.
Clearly. So I watched that again because it's the only thing that brings me joy. That's pretty much
Just staying home.
all I've done. I have not left my house really, at all.
That knocking, man. Oof.
Ava, send Buck over there.
There's nothing I can do because like I can't be like, hey, enough.
Right, exactly. We've got Linda Larkin over here.
Yeah,
we're trying to do a live stream over here.
We're trying to do a live stream over here.
I think my father may have gone outside and knocked on the door and been like, enough, and I think they just they started doing it louder.
Wow. People are great.
Oh yeah.
Big John, hello to you, Steve. Good to see you. Yeah, Katie knocking is Ava's neighbor, so we apologize about that.
My neighbor who decided at exactly 6 o'clock to work on something.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just been very slow week. We got our screen door fixed. That was the big highlight of the week.
What happened to where you needed it fixed? What happened to where you needed it fixed?
Yeah.
The hinges broke off, so it was only being held up by the door kit. So you could just push it open and it will fall right off the frame. So, yay!
We love that.
I completed my fossil section of my museum in Animal Crossing.
Lucky! I've got like 3 fossils left.
You'll have to friend request me, and I'll see if I get any extras. Sydney has lots of extras, so we'll coordinate and get you your complete.
There you go. It looks like someone anonymously donated $100 to the stream.
Really? I don't even have our YouTube stream pulled up because it doesn't show in our.
Would you like me to show my phone for proof?
please do. I want to see this.
Yeah. No. Look. Here. Wait. Do you see that? There's $115 right there.
We started off with 5, so $110 have been donated already, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Every cent will go to Give Kids the World, and right now with them being closed and kids aren't being able to have their wishes fulfilled at the moment, they need everything that they can get. So thank you guys for donating. I know times are hard for everyone, and not a lot of people have money they can throw around. So even if you just submit $1, every little bit helps and counts for sure. So thank you for whoever donated. We appreciate you.
Yeah, that's amazing. And it's true what they say. I used to do a lot of different volunteer work in different places. And literally when they say $1 makes a difference, like it really does. With the food bank I used to work for in Jersey, I used to work at the thrift store, and $1 that people would buy like clothes from, if they bought like $1 shirt, $1 would buy $10 worth of food for a family in need. I can't believe I still remember that. It's been almost a decade.
Wow.
but it was a true statement. Like $1 would buy $10 worth of food. So literally $1 can literally, make all the difference. So it's great that people are donating, especially today.
Thank you, whoever donated. We love you. We appreciate you for sure. So this Thursday, which I guess is tomorrow, the attraction show, I did a Zoom interview with this woman named Molly. She lives in Shanghai. She's been living in Shanghai for about 5 years, and she went to visit Shanghai Disney the first day it was reopened. So I got to talk to her about her experience and what that was like. So you guys can check that out on the attraction show tomorrow. Little plug.
Oh, that sounds like fun. I can't wait.
You're really plugging if it's your own channel,
I mean, that's true.
True. Very true. Big John used to work in a soup kitchen, so charity is important. Yes.
It is. It definitely is.
And hope everyone out there in the chat is doing well. I haven't been really paying too much attention to the chat. I apologize about that. I'm excited. Linda should be joining us here in 5 minutes or so. So just getting everything ready to go.
Yes. Very excited.
Yes, Kat.
Okay.
So Steve asked Are we going to City Walk tomorrow? I'm not. I'm staying home. We will have someone from Attractions Magazine hanging out there tomorrow. I think Theron might be going. I'm not sure, but someone will be going out there because we're going to cover what's happening there with the reopenings. So stay tuned to all the social media for that. We'll have video as well, photos, all that fun stuff, details, and then I'm sure someone will be out at Disney Springs on Monday when that reopens. So it's going to be interesting to see because tomorrow, I guess, would be the first. I know a lot of restaurants and local attractions like mini golf courses have been opening up for the past week now, but this is the first of the major theme parks to have any sort of reopening here in Orlando. So this will be interesting to see how it goes.
Yeah, I will not be attending either. Because I don't like leaving my house anyway, so.
And you can't.
Don't mind my faces over here. I'm just trying to spell, and I can't.
Because Penelope won't be out at Toothsome's, will she?
And what's the point of going?
What's the point? There is none.
Exactly.
I mean, there's one of the hostess that works there. Her name's Beth. I call her Beth Chapman because she's
good.
She's a god. I love her. I
stand her. The macaroons. So like I'm not gonna. Penelope and Jacques aren't there. You gotta weigh that.
But I think what's important to me is that I can mobile order Voodoo Donuts now. So mobile order, pick it up.
I did not know that was a thing.
Yeah, a lot of them. I think if not all, but a lot of the restaurants that are going to be reopening tomorrow are now going to have mobile order options in the Universal app because that's going to be part of the procedure to help limit the amount of people coming in and ordering. So you just order ahead of time, then you go and pick it up.
We are not getting Voodoo Donuts.
No, I'm not going. Don't worry. Don't worry.
He comes in like,
I'm just ordering.
No. I'm just ordering, and we're going to admire them. We're going to paint them. Yeah. They're going to be our muses.
So let's see. Big John plugged us in a video. Thank you so much, Bailey. Yes, it's going to be a nice interview tomorrow. What are the kids doing? Are they behaving?
Oliver is watching my phone, and Spencer is lying down watching her phone.
Very good.
Finally.
These phones, these days.
Yes, Linda does incredible charity work. All the princesses do great things for charities.
They're all icons and legends, and we stand queens in this house.
Yes.
They're princesses. Yeah, they're queens. They're fine. They're queens. They voice princesses, but they themselves are queens.
Well, I guess while we're talking, so this is going to be a tough one. I assume.
Oh God, I'm scared.
Favorite princess?
Jasmine.
Pocahontas.
What did you say, Ava?
Jasmine.
Favorite. Nice. Belle.
I mean, Paige O'Hara doesn't know that Belle isn't my favorite. I've been letting Paige live a lie for about 1,000 years now. She doesn't know.
She will now when she watches this.
I gotta go.
Yeah, no, Jasmine's been my favorite since I was like a child. Like I don't even know how young. It's always been Jasmine's my favorite.
Yeah, Belle's always been mine. Although I really do like Moana. Like I've really come to love Moana and Rapunzel.
I don't have a favorite. I have a least favorite.
Who's your least favorite, Sydney?
Snow White and Aurora.
Same.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
Oh, but we have to respect Snow White because if it wasn't for Snow White, we wouldn't be here.
True. Very true.
She doesn't do anything. The dwarves do all the work.
Yes, but her that's because her back was hurting from carrying the entire Disney company.
Well, I can respect her, but I definitely still don't like her.
Is this going to turn into the pizza argument? I'm not wearing a wig this time. My hair will get ripped off. Although I will say, like a very close second favorite princess for me is Mulan.
Mulan's good. Yeah.
She's a very close second.
I will say with Jasmine, since we are having Jasmine join us, I will say if it wasn't for Jasmine, I would not wear crop tops every second of my life. I would watch the TV show and I would literally put on my Jasmine costume, go grab a rug and pretend I was flying on the carpet with Jasmine when I watched her TV show. So
yeah, Jasmine
has a very soft spot for me.
I feel that because like I'm super insecure about like my nose and stuff because it's not a very European style nose, so I'm always like a little, But then I look at her, and Jasmine has the same exact nose as me. Like even when I'm standing in like Princess Fairy Tale Hall and I'm looking at all the princesses, I feel better because I look at Jasmine and she's got the same nose as me, and that always made me feel better. So she's just got a real big spot in my heart. Jasmine's always been my favorite.
Yeah.
Everything I bought.
I mean, just her being like, I am not a prize to be won. I was like, and that's where I picked up my sassiness from.
Yeah. I saw somebody say that Tiana is among their favorites, and you're correct.
You're absolutely correct. Tiana is a legend and an icon.
And she's probably my third favorite.
Yeah, Tiana, I have a very soft spot for.
Love Tiana in this house.
Yes.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to welcome the voice of Jasmine, Linda Larkin. Linda, hello.
Hi, everyone.
Welcome to Early Night Live. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
This is quite an honor. You are the first time we've ever had a special guest on the show, so
Yeah.
thank you for joining.
I'm honored. Thank you. It's a privilege.
We're talking about at the top of this show. You're here to talk about this event that Give Kids the World is doing this Saturday called a Royal Evening for Give Kids the World. Could you tell everyone a little bit about the events and who's joining you for this?
Yeah, it's pretty exciting. This would be the first time ever 4 princesses, me, Ariel, Belle, and Pocahontas. So the voices of each of these princesses are going to be doing a Zoom together. So it's really exciting. We're going to be raising money for Give Kids the World, which is an organization that we all support in Orlando. They're a wish-granting organization. They bring kids with critical illnesses and their families to Orlando for a cost-free week-long vacation. Which is really something that lifts people's spirits, and they haven't been able to do it in the last couple of months, but a lot of these kids whose wishes got postponed are going to be joining us on Saturday. So we're really excited to do it.
It's such a wonderful call. We've been working with Give Kids for years now. Our office is located there on property. We absolutely adore them and love them. And a reminder to everyone, you can donate to Give Kids either right here on this YouTube video or at gktw.org. Tickets are still on sale for this event, right, Linda?
They are, yes, and there's also a link in my Instagram. So if anyone goes there, it's there. You can just click on it. But I think they are almost at capacity, which is exciting.
Yeah.
But if we fill up, we'll just have to do it again.
Yes.
I think that's a good idea. Ava, Kat, do you have any questions?
Yeah, Ava, take it.
Yeah, I will ask a question. So let me see. I want to get the wording exactly correct. Because, English is hard sometimes. So I would like to know, how does it feel to be a Disney legend and to know that you have a character that's so beloved by so many people around the world?
I don't usually think about it. I don't really, sometimes I'm like, oh my gosh, I'll see Princess Jasmine on a backpack or, on Disney Plus, and I'll be like, oh, that's character. But I just most of the time walk around feeling like Linda. But I think really being a part of the Disney family is that's really the biggest part of it for me, that I feel like becoming a Disney legend sort of made me a permanent member of that Disney legacy. And that was really a huge honor for me because it's something that is a huge part of my life and always has been, even before I became Princess Jasmine. So I just feel really fortunate and blessed to be a part of that for everyone else too.
It is wonderful. We've been I personally, you can see the Aladdin poster right here behind me. We're huge Aladdin fans growing up. You, Scott, Gilbert, everyone that's been part of that, we're just huge fans of. So, thank you for all the work you've done over the years.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for that question. It's a hard question to answer because, at the time when they did the Legends Award and inducted 5 of the princess voices in it, we were like, just didn't even know how to take it. It's so big. And we were all like, oh my gosh, what is happening? And the fans at the event, it was packed. I don't know if any of you got to be at D23 at the Legend ceremony. It was, you couldn't really have prepared any of us for what it was actually going to be.
Mm-hmm.
And the enthusiasm, the Anaheim Convention Center, it was filled. It was just really something special that none of us will ever forget.
I can't even imagine.
I remember Anika saying that she literally didn't realize that it was for her. She thought they were honoring Tiana until she got to the event, and then she realized, like, oh no, like this award is for me and I'm accepting it. And she was like, never mind. Like, wait, what?
Yes, I've heard her tell that story. I didn't know that at the time, but I remember none of us really grasped it until we were there. And that's happened more than once. You would think we get it, but when we went back for Ralph Breaks the Internet to launch the surprise princess scene, again, it was bigger than any of us imagined. It was just the enthusiasm, the excitement, the whole production of the event. You know, they really go to great lengths to make it something special, and to be included in that is just amazing.
Yeah, I was there in person at that expo for that panel, seeing everyone together on stage, and then I loved seeing I think it was Josh Gad who took the selfie of all of y'all together. One of my favorite photos.
I love that photo so much. That was so great. Yeah, I'm really glad you were there. That's so cool. So you know what I'm talking about. It was just something that's hard to describe, right?
Oh yeah. The energy of the audiences at every expo I've been to is just through the roof. Like they are there. They know they're there because they love Disney, and just to be part of any sort of Disney event, especially the Legend ceremony. Because I think, if I'm not mistaken, I don't know if it was your class or the class before, that was the first time they'd ever done the Legend ceremony publicly.
Yes, I think it was class of 2011. That was my class. I think that was the first time that they included an audience.
Yeah, it's always a great time. Kat, I know you had something you wanted to ask.
I mean, you guys can keep talking. I'm so watching. But if she doesn't mind, I would like to ask a question too. So my question for you, Linda, is there any particular scene from the Aladdin movies or even the Aladdin TV show that you feel a strong connection to?
Yes, I would say yes. The balcony scene before we go into the magic carpet ride, really special scene for a couple of reasons. One, I love it so much. It's the moment that she decides to trust him. And it's so important in life, that moment where we decide to give ourselves over to something other than us. And I love that moment with Jasmine and Aladdin. And I also love the balcony scene because I got to record that with Robin Williams. And that was a really unforgettable experience. Obviously. Yeah. And it was one of the most incredible days that we got to record. So, you know, when he's the bumblebee in Aladdin's ear, it's just that scene. When I got to see it, so many scenes in the movie are important to me at different times in my life. There was a time when the fight with Jafar, when I say, "How dare you, all of you, standing around deciding my future?" Like that, I felt at a certain point in my life, like that scene I was connected to the most. And the balcony scene kind of is always a winner for me.
I love that.
Do you have a favorite, Kat?
Huh?
Do you have a favorite?
Oh, I mean, I think like kind of how you said, there's different like scenes. Like, I mean, the whole Aladdin TV show, we were talking about it before you came on, and I've told you this story at a convention a few years ago where I would change into Jasmine's costume and grab the rug, and I would sit in front of my TV and pretend I was flying on the carpet with Jasmine because I think I screamed at one point. I don't remember in me form probably, but also just I think the scene that I really like identify with like in my like now that I'm in my 20s is probably Jasmine when she's like, I'm not a prize to be won, and like storms out of the room. Like I feel a really strong connection to that scene.
Yes, right. And when she says the law is wrong,
Yeah.
like I just loved that. And 25 years later, all the kids that were 5-6 years old when Aladdin came out grew up and changed the marriage laws for real in real life. I just was blown away by how that connected to something that Jasmine said 25 years earlier.
Yeah, I mean, it's like you're like, it's crazy to think about how like you're such a part of so many people's lives. I know Ava adores Jasmine, every part of her being. She was just talking about it, which I mean, if Ava wants to share her story again, she can. But like, it's amazing how, you have created a foundation for, so many people like myself and Ava and, Banks and everyone included to kind of give a voice to people and try to and teach them how to use their voice as well. And it's very commendable of you. And we can't thank you enough for being a part of all that.
Well, thank you so much. That was really beautifully said, Kat. Thank you.
I'm just speaking from my heart, but that made sense. So that's good. Thank you.
Linda, if you have a minute or two, I know there's some questions from our live stream audience that they'd like to ask you. Brian, and you kind of touched upon it a little bit, but Brian wants to know if you have any favorite stories from working with the late Robin Williams.
Well, that was the only day that we got to record in the studio, the day that we did the balcony scene. And I mean, he was really the kindest, most humble man I ever met. So that was something that I knew he was funny. I knew he was brilliant. I knew all of those things that we all knew watching him on Mork and Mindy, watching him in the movies that he was in the 90s, 80s and 90s. But I didn't know what a kind human being he was. And that was really evident in the first moment that we met. He's also just funnier than I even knew. The things that no one will ever see, the things that did not make it into the movie. I mean, our biggest challenge that day was not ruining the takes by laughing. We had to like silent laugh so that we wouldn't wreck something that he was doing. He, as you would expect, he was really, really funny.
Master of improv.
Yes.
Bailey wants to know, aside from the balcony scene, of course, was there any favorite part that you share with Scott? Any scenes from the movie or TV show?
Scott and I had a great time doing the TV show because we got to work together every Tuesday from 2 to 6 p.m. for 2 years. So we had like so many adventures in the TV show that were Aladdin and Jasmine that, in the movie, a lot of Aladdin's adventures didn't include Jasmine. They were with the genie. They were off, he was off doing other things. In the TV series, we got to work together a lot more. So I loved doing that. I loved it. And there was a period of time during the TV show when I was in New York, so I didn't get to record in the studio in LA with the rest of the cast, but I did get to record by phone patch in a studio in New York with Gilbert Gottfried. So that was a whole other set of experiences that was pretty unforgettable.
That's amazing.
Yali wants to know, she wants to become a voiceover artist. So she wants to know how you got your start in this business.
Okay, so I got my start in a very different way. I was a dancer. I wasn't using my voice at all. I was ballet dancer, tap, contemporary, jazz. And that was sort of my introduction into show business. And I was in New York in a ballet class, and my teacher said, I want you to meet someone who works with kids, and she's a manager, and she'll help you find work. So I met, it was two women. Their names were Jean and Adrian, and they had a company called Kids and Company. And they started sending me on auditions for TV commercials, after school specials, voiceovers. I never even knew that was a job. And I went on the audition a couple of years into being with them. I went on an audition in LA at the studio, and it was for Aladdin. So my entry into it was sort of unusual. And for now, you're really asking me how you would get into it now. I think it's such a different world now. You can go right on YouTube. You can create something. You can put your voice out there. You can work on characters. You can, invent stories and really get them out to an audience. And I think that is how I would do it. If I were starting today, I would just start doing it.
I actually had a question because we're Attractions Magazine, and so you are a Disney legend. I want to know, what are some of your favorite things to do when you visit the Disney parks? Some favorite rides, things to grab a bite at. What do you do when you go to the parks?
So I think I'm kind of a thrill seeker. I like roller coasters. I like Guardians of the Galaxy. That is my favorite ride. I could go on it like 3 times in a row easily. I love some of my.
I think we might have connection issues. Are you there, Linda?
I'm here.
Can you?
Yes. We didn't lose her. We're good.
Look,
Did you-
panic we all had.
I know. I stopped breathing.
Was it good? Are we good?
Yeah, we're good.
good.
We
We're
can hear
back.
you now.
We're having a great time.
One of my favorite rides I went on the last time I was at Disneyland, which was the last D23. We brought our 2.5-year-old godson. So we were in Fantasyland for a good section of the day. And I sort of rediscovered the Storybook Land canal ride.
Oh, classic. Yeah, I've gotten to go on that once. It's one of those like classic Disney attractions that's been there forever.
It's so great, and they have the whole city of Agrabah.
That's right.
Beautiful. It is so great. It's like a little miniature city of Agrabah. That is a really special attraction. So that one I rediscovered through the eyes of a 2.5-year-old. That was neat. And I love at California Adventure, I love soaring over California. That is just one of my all-time favorites.
Yeah, my wife Sydney absolutely adores the story about canal boats. When she went on for the first time, the Casey Jr. train, of course, there as well. Just so many fun things.
Yeah. What are some of your favorites?
Oh my gosh. So for me, for a long time, it was Tower of Terror has been my number one for
Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah,
exactly.
Tower of Terror too. They changed it.
But right now, my number one got changed because when Star Wars Rise of the Resistance opened up, I fell in love with it. Have you gotten to go there and do Star Wars yet?
I haven't gotten to do it yet. So it had just opened when I was there at Disneyland in August of last year, but I was on a very tight schedule because we were there working. We had an Aladdin presentation. We had a Disney character voices presentation. So we had 5 a.m. rehearsals. We had to rehearse before they started using the space because, we needed the stage when no one was awake yet. So we had some really great but long, intense days. So I didn't get to do everything, but I will the next time. I can't wait to see it.
Ava, Kat, you want to talk about your favorites real quick?
I mean, I would love to experience Guardians of the Galaxy, but I passed out on Tower of Terror, so I cannot go on that. But my favorite rides, because I've never been to Disneyland. I've only been to Disney World.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so one day I hope to get to Disneyland. But my favorite rides would probably be, I love Expedition Everest. I love Space Mountain, Big Thunder Mountain. I like roller coasters. I'm a big roller coaster junkie. Yeah. But yeah, basically like the classics at the same time as like, I like Tower of Terror if you could get off before the drop. Like everything else is fine. I mean, for some people, the best part
was a ride.
I love that.
It was my favorite.
Exactly.
Do you have Incredicoaster at Disney World?
We don't. We don't have anything really Incredibles related in terms of rides here. We don't even have that roller coaster, unfortunately. The biggest coaster we have here is Rock and Roller Coaster with Aerosmith.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that one's a fun one.
I haven't been to Disney World in a while. It was the first park that I ever went to as a kid, but I haven't been in a while because most of the time I am going to events in Anaheim, so it just makes sense.
Hopefully you can come visit once everything is, reopened and everything's back to normal when next time you come down to the Village.
Yes, absolutely. Yes. I was going to go the last time I was at the Village in February, but it was too cold. It was really cold. So, and now I wish I had gone.
I mean, just wear 6 layers. It's all about the hidden layers. And get the hand warmers and just put them everywhere. And it works.
Yes.
What about you, Ave? Did you want to say any of your favorite rides?
There's so many.
It's hard to choose.
All of the mountains at Magic Kingdom, so Space, Splash, and Thunder. My secret favorite ride to go on when I bring my friends here is actually Aladdin's Magic Carpet ride.
Oh.
That's my secret favorite ride. And then Tower.
We are all going to go on Tower together.
Yes. No, Kat, you're coming. We got you.
All right. Fine, but I get to sit next to Linda, and if I pass out, someone's getting me a cupcake to wake me up. That's
Good deal.
Done.
Great. Okay.
Well, Linda, thank you so much for your time today, talking to us. We really do appreciate you coming on and chatting. Remind everyone again what's happening this Saturday about with the Princess stream for Give Kids.
So Saturday at 7 p.m., Jodi Benson, Paige O'Hara, Irene Bedard, and me, Linda Larkin, we are going to be on a Princess Zoom, and we're raising money for Give Kids the World Village. So all proceeds go directly to Give Kids the World, and we have, I think, 200 people coming to the Zoom, and we'll be answering people's questions, and I think it's going to be really exciting. So we're looking forward to it.
Katie just donated and bought her tickets, so Katie will be there on Saturday. So thank you, Katie.
Amazing. Thank you, Katie. Thank you. We look forward
and I'll be there too.
Yes.
I'll be there. Yeah.
Awesome. That's great. Yeah, it'll be great. And people can follow the link through you, and they can follow it through my Instagram as well. Those are the only ways I know how to get the link. I know that you do have to send your questions ahead of time.
Okay.
They'll tell you that once you have tickets. So otherwise maybe it would be just hard to get all the questions answered. So they're sending the questions ahead of time.
Awesome. Well, Linda, again, thank you for joining us. We hope to see you again very, very soon. And give everyone else our love when you see them on Saturday.
Okay, I will. And I don't know how to leave, so
just exit out of the window on your browser.
Okay, that's all I have to do. Thank you, Linda.
Bye, Linda.
Thank you.
Bye.
Wow.
I don't think I breathed that entire time. I'm sweating and I never sweat.
That was wonderful, guys. I hope you really enjoyed seeing Linda and hearing those stories. She is such a doll and a treasure and a legend, a literal Disney legend.
Literally.
Yes.
And for those who have donated, has anyone donated via our YouTube page yet?
Yes, we've had donations. I can chat. We are. Let me update the screen. 1 second, please. We are at 135.
135, so 20 more. Thank you guys. Thank you so much for donating. And yeah, you can either donate right here on the YouTube video. You can donate via Give Kids their website, gkwtw.org, or you can buy your tickets for the Princess events on Saturday. And here come my kids, right on cue. Hi.
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 So I kind of hope this could be a new thing where we can have some guests come in every now and then.
Yes, that would be wonderful.
With all these at home shows, this is the perfect time to do that. Uh-oh. Thank you for coming now and not 10 minutes ago.
It's like
great timing, Spencer. Great timing.
When you tell your neighbors you can start hammering again.
Yeah, they stopped like just in time. It was great. You can hammer again. It's fine.
I can't even hear them.
I know.
Okay.
My parents can keep opening and closing the garage door to make the whole room shake, and you hear the.
We can start all that again.
Yeah, we can. Everything's
fine now.
Everything's good. Everything's great.
We're fine here. Thank you. How are you?
Yes, everything's fun. We're having a great time.
I call that every day of my life.
So okay, we got a little more time here. So Ava, I want to know, because now that I know that you are an Animal Crossing player, what's some things that you're doing on your island?
I am scared to terraform, so I have not done that yet.
I've moved a few rivers lines, but I've barely done any cliffs work.
I feel like I'm gonna mess it up and I'm gonna ruin my island, and I don't want to do that. And all of my people keep being like, "Oh, maybe I should move," and I have to keep being like, "No." But I want to ruin it even more, and then they're like, "Oh, I'm definitely leaving now." I spend a lot of time creating. Well, I guess now it's Scorpion Islands, but like spider, tarantula, Scorpion Islands.
Yeah.
My favorite part of this game is making money and then giving that money to Tom Nook and paying off my debt so I can make my house bigger.
Have you completely finished all of your house renovation?
I maybe. I was the last part.
Reached the end. I am debt free for life now.
What is the end?
The end is the basement.
4 million, right?
I'm paying off the basement right now.
So once you're done with that, you'll be debt free.
Yes. Then I feel like once I do that, then I'll start terraforming. But I want to clear my name first out of Tom Nook's ledger, and then I'll start terraforming.
Sydney and I will send our Nintendo friend code so we can friend you and get you some fossils you're missing.
I want fossils.
Yes.
I want the friend code too. I'm not into Animal Crossing as hardcore as you guys, but I still play. My island is called Hollywood, and I'm trying to make my house look like it's Hollywood Studios.
Yes.
Because I'm garbage.
Named my island after my cat.
She did.
Because I'm that person.
My island name is Golden Oak, if you know what that is.
Oh, I have a friend that lives there.
You have a friend that lives at Golden Oak?
Yes, I do.
We need to do live stream.
I have a connection to somebody who lives at Golden Oak, but I can't really say what it is.
Bye, Aiden. Good to see you.
Yes.
So yeah, all of us will get together. We'll visit our islands and all this.
Yeah.
I wish because I've been trying to figure out who all my friends are that play Animal Crossing. Last week my island was buying turnips for 516, and if I had known y'all were, I would have sent y'all like, hey, come sell your turnips.
Here's the problem: I haven't bought any turnips yet because that means you have to be awake on a Sunday before noon, and I am not. So there's the problem with that.
I've heard people say that they say the best thing is just stay up until 5 a.m. and then buy them then and then go to sleep.
That's genius.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that.
That's like when Linda said, like, oh, we had to be up at 5 a.m. to do rehearsals. I was like, girl, that's when I go to bed.
I felt that in my bones because we had to be at Epcot at 5 for the New York Film Academy when I worked there.
Ooh.
Because you had to be there before the guests got there and film your stuff and then leave. But you had to be there really early. So I felt that in my bones. She was really cool though. That was probably one of the coolest things like I've ever done because she's my favorite princess, and I couldn't really say anything the whole time because I was like,
"You're fine. I'm sure you could talk to her. She now knows who you are, and we're going on Tower of Terror. So I'm
we're all four of us. This is going to be a great ride photo.
Oh, that's going to be our next scene.
On Tower with Linda, featuring Kat passing out.
The ride photo will be us holding holding Kat up in her seat.
The worst part is you guys aren't wrong because there is a video and there's a picture of my friends literally trying to get me to wake up.
There's
a video, and I'm literally like. Wait, I think I have it on my phone. I
have seen the picture, and I am willing for you to make that sacrifice for the views. So
I will. I'll get a cupcake.
I mean, Linda personally invited you, so you can't say no.
So you gotta do it.
I mean, at first I did say no. Then I realized I said no to Linda Larkin. I was like, wait, never mind. Cancel.
All you gotta do is get the strongest drink at Studios, drink it beforehand.
I don't drink though, so I'm in trouble.
Never mind.
Some water.
You know what? Get Evie Starlight to pray over me, like her and Ginny Vermouth to pray over me, and I think it'll be fine. Like, just get like, even better. The ride will break down before the drop, and they'll be like, "Oh, like we got up and running, but is anyone too freaked out to go?" And I'll be like, "Oh yes." I'm good.
Or maybe we're stuck on the ride, and with Linda with us, we can do a sing along, and everyone can.
Linda doesn't sing though; she dances. She doesn't.
That's right. Yeah,
she'll sing for fun. I can't sing, but I sure do it anyway.
I literally for the live stream, because as Linda said, when you go to purchase the tickets, they have an email. They have to email your questions to in advance for the Give Kids the World thing on Saturday, which I plan to go to because it has Irene in it. And I went to meet her one time at MegaCon. Ava has heard this story 5,000 times. And I started
5,001, but who's counting?
It's exactly. But I got too scared. She literally didn't really have a line. She looked over at me and smiled at me, and I got so scared to go up to her because that's like Polka's my girl. I literally backed away and I hid, and I never went up to her table. And I literally had money. I saved money specifically to buy stuff from her, and I never spent it because I was too scared to go up and say hi to her. And and she never came to a con near here again. But so now I can talk to her. But one of the questions I actually asked the princesses, which they probably won't use, is what is your go-to karaoke song? I'm like, these are the questions that the people really want to know.
We were talking about that though, and I am a little bit curious though. If you have somebody that like, if you got to like meet them at a con or something, or like interview them like on here, or like they even just said yes to doing something like this, somebody that you would just like you can't even imagine it, like it would absolutely like blow your brains apart to even think that you could talk to them or even just be in the same room.
That's a good question. So it's basically our dream guest for ENL.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I gotta really think about this.
Mine you already interviewed, so it's whatever.
Yeah,
it was like 8 years ago, and you didn't know me then, but still.
Oh, which one was that again?
Zendaya.
I'm sorry. I couldn't hear y'all.
Zendaya.
Oh, Zendaya. Yes.
She's not my main one though. She's up there though.
I haven't gotten to interview her yet, and I doubt I'll ever will. But honestly, Idina Menzel, I've been such a fan of hers even well before Frozen. Like I fell in love with her during her Rent days.
I was you like Rent.
So like to be able to talk to her, because Rent is one of my like top 3 favorite Broadway shows. Mark is still my dream role to this day. So I would love to be able to talk to her or anyone from the cast of Rent. I know Anthony Rapp has kind of a resurgence because he's on that Star Trek show on CBS All Access. He'd be awesome.
Picard, that one.
Do what?
Picard?
No, not Picard. The other one, the Discovery, I think.
Oh, Discovery. Okay.
Yeah. Joe Rody. Oh my gosh, yeah, Bailey. Joe Rody would be fantastic.
Who?
I don't know who that is.
I don't know who that is.
All right, we're ending the stream right now. Good night, everyone.
And if I'm serious, when you first said the name, this speaks to how much I've watched Harry Potter musical and Star Kid stuff in the last week. But when you said the name of me, I was like, Joey Richter? Yes, I would love to interview Joey Richter. That's not what you said.
Let me. I'm gonna pull up a photo.
Yes, please.
Too small of a photo.
I might know who it is once we see a picture, but
wait. He's not. No, I'm still in voice actor land because that's what I've been doing.
No.
He's not. No, he does. He works with Disney, but he does theme park stuff, right? Like he's a.
Yes, he's an Imagineer.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Oh.
That's where my brain went. My brain went this way, and then I went.
Joe Rohde.
Oh yeah, the guy who did Animal Kingdom. Duh.
Yeah, he's the guy that designed Animal Kingdom and Everest and Pandora and all that stuff.
Hey, we already did the episode exposing me that I don't know that much about Disney. We don't need to keep going.
You think he just reminds me of someone my aunt would marry. So that's where I call he kind of reminds me of a weird a more hippie version of my Uncle Tom. So that's where my brain goes. I'm like, that's his name, Tom. It's not Tom.
Everyone's yelling.
I remembered.
I will take the fall on this one. We already know that I don't know a whole lot about the parks. I'm a fake fan. We already know this.
Can I get uncanceled? I remembered.
Yes, uncanceled cat. Uncanceled cat.
I got Linda here.
I've seen Nellis and Michael suggest, and I would love to get the trackers on here. Trackers are good people, good friends of mine. Yeah. That'd be cool to have them on.
Mine are not Disney related people at all, but
Stacy, yes, guys, you know Stacy, right? The must do Disney in the hotel rooms.
Oh my God!
Yes, we need Stacy.
We need Stacy, the real legend.
I will reach out to her.
Do it.
Please.
I want. Besides Cher, because everybody's, but Cher isn't really. Well, actually, no, she is involved with Disney because one, they used her as the live action reference model for Cher. It is a proven fact, especially for Mother Gothel. Yes, they used her literally from Moonstruck. If you watch Moonstruck and then you watch Cher, boom, literally the same thing. Okay. Or wait, if you watch Mother Gothel and you watch Moonstruck, anyway. But also, and she also opened Disneyland Paris. She was there for the opening of it.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So yeah, check that. And she also sang "When You Wish Upon a Star," and "A Dream Is a Wish Your Heart Makes," and it's a bop. But also, back to Disney legend wise, even though I know Paige, me and Paige are kind of chill. We're not best friends, but she knows me, I know her type thing. Yeah, acquaintances, but she knows probably way too much about me to where she probably could write my autobiography. I would love her on here because I feel like she'd be a lot of fun, like Linda, where she'd just be chill. Mm-hmm. I would love to have Irene on here. Tara Strong, I feel like.
Oh my God.
I'm just speaking people out to see if we can speak.
I'm trying to, most of the people that I would truly and fully freak out over don't have much to do with Disney, except Zendaya.
Zendaya, shake it up. Come on.
The best show from Disney Channel. Shake it up.
The greatest showman.
But I try to think if literally anyone from the Teen Wolf cast has anything to do with Disney, and they don't. But I'd actually probably die if I got to even breathe the same air as any of them.
Michael J. Fox was the main voice in Atlantis.
Yeah.
Huh? I didn't hear the name.
Teen Wolf, Michael J. Fox.
Oh, not that Teen Wolf.
Oh, you mean the
the MTV 2011 TV show.
You're talking about
Dylan O'Brien, Tyler Posey, Tyler Hoechlin, Holland Road, and Crystal Reed. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, I was talking about the good one.
How dare you? I will literally come to your house and fight you.
I need to. No. This is the pizza situation all over again. Screen down. Put my screen.
I'm kidding. I know Teen Wolf has a big fan base, and it was a big hit show for MTV.
Jensen Ackles and Jared Padalecki have nothing to do with Disney.
Doesn't matter.
I like Bailey's suggestion of Patrick Warburton. Yes,
Patrick Warburton, I would love, yeah.
I would want him to do the whole spiel from Soren.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, can you do the whole spiel? Just go ahead.
You know what?
Hello.
I thought of someone who does have a connection to Disney who I would you would probably see me pass out live on camera, and that is Emma Watson.
Oh.
Yep, that was coming.
You would see me actually pass out and maybe never recover if Emma Watson even looked at me.
I know someone that there's a possibility we could get, because I do know her personally. Her name is Kat Cressida. She is the voice of the Ghost Bride in the Haunted Mansion.
I follow her on Twitter and I adore her so much.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God,
I wouldn't be the only cat.
Oh, that's right. You'd have another cat. And also, like, if you don't know, I don't know if anyone remembers or even knows of an old show on Cartoon Network called Dexter's Laboratory. Yeah, Cat's the voice of Judy.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
my problem is I get Dexter's Laboratory and Dexter confused sometimes.
Very different shows.
Those are two very different shows.
Very different.
It's very different.
So I might reach out to Kat and see if she's free. I know a lot of voiceover artists are still busy because they can work from home. So maybe she can have her Wednesday free. I'll reach out to her and see.
Yes, that would be amazing.
I'm trying to rack my brain for anybody else that is Disney related. Because I could list off a bunch of people who are from the CW, but that's not Disney related.
Give it a few years, Disney will buy CW, I'm sure.
You're right, and then I can say like Grant Gustin, and it'll be fine.
Grant Gustin could be a possibility because Sydney was in theater with him back in the day.
Fine.
Ava's just like
I do. Well, technically Marvel is Disney, so
but
Chris
that's
Evans?
not Marvel, that's DC.
No, I'm Chris Evans.
Oh, Chris Evans will be amazing because he is such a Disney Parks fanatic.
I know, he loves Disney. He would be fantastic to have on here. Also, I don't know if I'd be able to say anything because I think he's too pretty for me to actually even look at.
I still have I have an idea for a Disney Plus original show that I want to find who I can pitch this to, because it would be an amazing show featuring some great people, and I'm not going to say it on here because I don't want anyone to steal my idea.
No, but I want to hear about it afterwards.
yes, I want to hear about it. Yeah.
So, all right, well, guys, it's almost an hour now, so let's do some shout outs and say goodnight. Again, thank you guys for joining us, and I hope you enjoyed getting to see Linda Larkin and hear her stories. Once again,
she was incredible.
Yes, she is incredible and a legend and amazing.
She was amazing. She was, oh my God, sweetheart.
Donate to Give Kids the World, either right here on our YouTube channel or at gktw.org. If tickets are still available, go buy a ticket for the Princess Zoom call on Saturday. You can find more details on the Give Kids Facebook page and our website. Here come the shout outs. Yikes. Bailey.
Faster, Meg, faster.
Rodney, yes, our boy Rodney. Big John Network. Michael. Claude. Anastasia, love that. Noah. Brian, don't know him.
Brian?
Never heard of
Brian's right there.
I don't know.
Brian?
I broke into your apartment.
Yes, this was a great milestone, Steve, and hopefully it's the first of many.
Really cool. And next, Chris Evans.
Yes. Jack and Katie.
All right. Guys, we'll see you next week. We don't have anything as big planned for next week, but who knows what's going to happen over the next week.
We don't have Chris Evans for next week? Oh, is it because we have Robert Downey Jr.?
Yes.
I'm not going to say. We're going to keep it a secret. You'll just have to tune in next Wednesday to find out who joins us. Until next week, guys, get out there, have fun, stay safe. We're going to call it an early night. See you, everyone. Goodbye.